Hello, Edward Dumancas, Wing Chun, Bothell, Washington. And this is a new episode of Wing Chun and a Cup of Tea. Um, if you're new to any of these videos, new to this video, and would like to learn a little bit more about Wing Chun, or you have some training videos, please subscribe to our channel. There's many more to come. And just to let you know, I am providing weekly training sessions. So follow along. If you're a Wing Chun practitioner, follow along anyway, right? If you're not, learn something new. And if you're from another art, well, you get to see something new. But before we begin, I just want to say to everyone, I hope everyone is healthy and safe, um, and let's begin. So tonight, um, the discussion is going to be Chi Sau. I mean, what is Wing Chun and a Cup of Tea episodes without the topic of Chi Sau, sticky hands, uh, energy drill, you know? So it's been practiced for many, many years, and it still is being practiced today. Um, I know of many schools, well, I know of a few schools out here that do not practice sticky hands or Chi Sau. In Asia, Hong Kong, Fatshan, they still practice the drill, if you want to call it. The thing of it is that in today's world, the world of MMA, mixed martial arts, uh, many schools are straying away from it, and I think it's because they don't have a really good explanation for the Chi Sao practice or drill to begin with. Um, it is not, if you've never seen it before, and you go and type in Wing Chun Chi Sau, Chisau, you may not get a good example of what Chi Sau looks like. In fact, many times it looks like patty cake, especially with practitioners that do not know what Chi Sau is, why is it done, why do we do it, and so you look at it and you go, what's this? I want to learn. Is this Wing Chun? I want to learn martial arts. I want to develop a skill here. And we're going to do some patty cake. Well, it's probably because of some poor explanation. And it's probably because it's not being performed correctly. So I'm going to try to guide you through, even here, home, alone, in isolation, without a partner. And Chi Sau is a partner drill. Two people, they are both performing the same movement, facing each other, only doing it opposite. So let me try and show you. One hand, I'm going to use this hand here. We call it fuk, just a resting hand. It doesn't do anything. So it's sitting on your opponent's wrist. And as your opponent's moving their wrist, it doesn't do anything. Just rides, just rest. The other hand will either be in a bong posture, and rotate to a tan, bong, tan, in which case your partner's fuk, wrist, will be sitting and riding. So when you are me in a bong, your partner's hand will be in a tan, and then it'll go back and forth. So it looks something like this. Shoulders relaxed, fuk elbow in. As a matter of fact, hands relaxed, you know. almost like a heartbeat. Boom, 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 boom. Now, that's where people go, well, what the hell is that? Right? It's supposed to be learning something. I want to punch somebody, I don't want to touch hands and play patty cake. I did that when I was like 7 years old. The object to Chi Sau is feeding your opponent's energy, or I don't want to make it sound so mystical, feeding their weight of their hands, the movement of their hands, whether it's moving forward, their weight is pressing down, their weight is pressing up to the left or to the right. So that's what you're feeling. If you use the term energy, people might go back and go, what is that? What's energy? Is it some kind of mystical kung fu movie, right? So just like this. And the moment you feel them maybe pushing forward, you need to be able to respond. And likewise, you want to try and minimize or control your movement. So this is doing this, and just controlling this movement. Up, not pressing up, pushing out. And now think of it in a combative mindset. If we are in a clinch and you understand this well, and the person does this, but press on you, you should be able to go, okay, I receive it. And I reverse to a bomb, this movement, right? Oh. Now, this fook, right? Press, rotate to the bomb, can cover that hand. It really is, it might sound simple, but it really is not, because you have to know, like pressing, oh my gosh, flip into a bomb before it gets too late and I can't maneuver. And if I do, can I get my elbow in? And if I'm here, can I come back? Maybe I can with the use of my hips. So there's a lot going on, and I think this is where a lot of schools struggle to explain the purpose of Chi Sau, and then it becomes patty cake, patty cake, patty cake. Really, I watch more than enough on YouTube. Many of it really sucks, and it's really unfortunate. By the way, if you're new to this, Wing Chun and a cup of tea is because when I'm done with my cup of tea, the episode's finished. So this is my first step. And there's a lot to talk about in Chi Sau. I'm probably not going to cover enough for you Chi Sau guys out there, or even your non-Chi Sau guys who's never actually experienced it, seen it, practiced it. Um, it does. So if you're new to a school and you walk in and you see two people doing this, they're not moving, they're just doing this, you'd be thinking, this is not what I'm going to sign up for and walk right out. Or you speak to the instructor, the Sifu, in the school and ask him or her, why do we do this? And it might be, you may not get a satisfying answer. And I recommend, and I say to you, if you're not satisfied, or if he can't, she can't explain to you why, its purpose, then that might not be the school for you. Anyway, we're all here in isolation. I'm at home, you're probably at home, right? Sitting in front of your computer. A good friend of mine um, gave me a tool or tools to do Chi Sau at home. They look like this. Rings, Chi Sau rings. Um, and you know who you are. Thank you very much. Um, I like the small one. You just saw that, but I'll show it again. You have the medium one, and you have the large. And by the way, there's no mystical thing about using these rings either. We're just going to go through the movement and your preference. I like the middle, the medium. So remember the Fook, the Tan. I'm trying to make sure you get a good view of that. There's no weight in my shoulders. Fook elbow in. I could do Fook elbow out, but you see that posture? Look at my rib cage. Open, no good, right? Get hit there. Well, what about this side? Rib cage open. It's okay. I close it up with a Tan, right? And if you watch the other, I have a couple other videos, training videos. I talk about the Tan. There's one specifically, and it's like 6 or 7 minutes long, trying to give you some explanation, right? And 6 or 7 minutes is not enough time, actually, to be honest with you, to talk about such a useful movement like the Chi Sau or the Tan Dar. But, and if you haven't seen it, please go ahead and take a view it, and practice the movement, right? And if you stick with me, right, subscribe, stick with me, you'll learn more. I mean, I think we're going to be here for like a month, so you can find 6, 7, 10, 15 minutes and watch and learn some Wing Chun. Now, small one. By the way, Fook, Tan, same thing. Other side. So you should be able to do both sides, by the way. Elbow in, right? And then the one I really don't like the large one, but there it is. So, and you don't need to buy, you can order these, of course. I'm not saying order them or not, but I can do Chi Sau at home alone. There's like we have a place called Michael's here, and they have all these arts and crafts. I found rings, just like these, not made of wood though, made of styrofoam. I thought to myself, and that styrofoam's pretty hard and thick. I thought, well, if you don't try to break it, you'll be okay. And it's super light, right? The wood does have a little bit of weight to it. But so let's get back to the application of Chi Sau. It is a form of a drill, right? It is teaching you, I'm going to say again, not energy, just teaching you weight and feeling of your opponent, and teaching you how to recognize it. And from that point on, you need to know base, hand placement, arm placement, what to do. It's kind of like wrestling in a way, where you're looking for that arm bar, right? And the opportunity is given to you because the person extends their arm and you twist it right away, and all of a sudden the arm bar comes into play. Chi Sau is the same thing. You're looking, feeling. You may not be visually looking, it's too close, right? But you're feeling, and you're, oh, I feel the movement. Punch. By the way, that movement, I went underneath to grab that person's hand. Punch. Right? Oh, try to block that hand. Punch. Right? So there are a lot of true application that you can find to just doing this movement. It is not push hands like the guys in Tai Chi do. I have no clue what they do, so I would not even try to explain it. But I do know this: it's not Chi Sau, right? So, and I think I told you earlier, almost every video you should have basically three major components of training, right? Structure. Structure is learning the movements. Tanda, Pakda, right? Bong Sao, right? And then you need touch drills. Chi Sao can be considered a form of a touch drill, or what other people prefer, punch. I punch, you block, you know? And then after that, distancing drills. You step away and try to defend yourself, whether it's this traditional Wing Chun ready stance, which I've said many times, us Wing Chun guys can do and stand any way we want. If you think you must see this, it's all baloney, right? All baloney. So if I want to be like this, like that, whatever, like this, as long as I can get from here, Wing Chun, to come out. That's what it really comes down to. So, and then, and by the way, the distancing drill also means donning some gear, headgear, gloves, wear a cup, mouth 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 protection, mouth guard, and um, and if anyone wants to learn the best way, just kind of going into this distancing drill, is never ever just going to punch away. You're not going to learn anything, right? Get into a fighting stance and start slow, right? Just, how does this work, right? Boom, 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 right? Can I cover? Can I get the elbow play? Can I push away? Can I punch? How about from a distance? Can I kick? These kinds of things. And then, of course, over time, get better. But those three components, right? And the Chi Sau would fall into the touch drill. And, uh, some schools that do Chi Sau may invest way too much time in Chi Sau, in which case the structure and the distancing drills are lacking. And so they're not going to be able to understand how to defend themselves from a distance. Likewise, if you spend all your time doing forms, sets, katas, the structure portion, the other two will be deficient, right? So it does require, uh, on the instructor side, it does require a thoughtful process on how do you build a school and supply enough time for each of those three categories. Now, those three categories could be broken down to like 10 different categories, but the core categories: structure, touch drills, distancing drills. So getting back to the Chi Sau, if you can, a lot of people are ordering stuff online, so I would imagine you can find these Chi Sau rings if you so desire. I've heard people over the years talk about these as being a waste of money. They probably not consider the fact that one day they'd be home doing nothing. So, and like I said, I didn't buy this. My good friend bought this for me. I was going to buy the ones that I saw at Michael's, the one that's made of foam. Um, but I can't remember if he told me first, oh, I'm going to get you this, tell me what you think. But anyway, I ended up buying that, saved me a few dollars, and I have three rings that I can work with. I work with them enough to know that I don't like the big one, and the small one is okay. I really prefer the medium one. So I have a couple of sips left. Again, I'm going to end it here. Again, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, I hope you are practicing and you like what you're practicing. If the moves are complicated, good for you. That forces you to try and learn it. If you've done this before, the practice is still going to help, right? Subscribe to our channel. There's many more to come. I'm not planning on stopping even after this is finished. So my last sip. Again, this is Ed Dumancas, Wing Chun, Bothell, Washington. Thank you for your time. Signing out.